Ladies and gentlemen, in the next 5 minutes, I'll talk about existing security automation paradigms, attempt to open your minds to some new thoughts, and perhaps have you leave this conference with a new and improved approach to security automation. Let's begin. Paradigm 1. SOAR system provides end-to-end security automation. SOAR initial stands for Security, Orchestration, Automation, and Response. So it's easy to understand why you'd believe that whenever a security automation is required, you'll have the SOAR system for that. Due to the nature of SOAR systems, it is owned by the investigation team in the organization. So when an incident happens, the analyst will be able to follow the playbook suggested, automate parts of the investigation, but when the time comes for actual mitigation, credentials to the network security devices, such as firewalls, NOCs, are required. These credentials are almost never provided to the investigation team and the SOAR systems. Network security devices are managed by the network security team, and the level of access you can grant in those devices to other users will usually come down to full access or read-only. Providing a specific permission to the investigation team to perform just the desired action is just not possible. Instead of automating incident mitigation end-to-end, at the most crucial time, the investigator has to email or call the security admin, who's also drowning in work, maybe even at lunch, maybe working from home, and ask him to assist. The incident mitigation automation breaks at the most crucial step, impacting the SLA and endangering the company. Paradigm 2. We've got DevOps for that. Security admins want to be independent. They want to be able to create their own automations. However, they're not developers. They do not have the time to learn code or to manage some legacy script that the previous security admin wrote. If the organization has a DevOps team, the security admin will approach them for the automation. However, that forces the security admin to be dependent on the DevOps team in every product update or replacement that may break the automation. The SLA from the DevOps team is low and may require internal billings, sometimes within the organization. And the DevOps team will require the credentials to the network security devices, similar to the problem that we've covered a minute ago with the investigation team. Relying on the DevOps team for security automation just cannot work in the long run. We see that. And due to the hassle and complexity that it involves, security admins just give up after a few automation requests. Paradigm 3, you can do anything with API today. We were taught to believe that you can automate anything nowadays using API. Automation solution companies and DevOps team constantly say, provide us with the API and we'll create that automation for you. However, the unfortunate fact is that many functions in most security devices are still unavailable for configuration using API. That includes some basic functionality like blocking a bad email sender or creating a URL exception policy in some products. It even gets worse. Some vendors still charge you for additional license just to activate the API module. We've come to understand and agree that, well, if it doesn't have an API, we'll have to do it manually. And we live this realization, but that shouldn't be the case. API is not the only way to create automations. By using different protocols and methods, including web browser interaction simulation, we can bypass most of those restrictions and become almost limitless with the automation possibilities. Paradigm 4. Security automation is only relevant for large enterprises. Due to the positioning of SOAR solutions, mid-market enterprises tend to believe that their organization may not be mature enough for automation. However, the mid-market enterprises are those who need it the most. Their teams are smaller and focus on many different security and IT aspects. They are more vulnerable for threats due to fewer implemented security mechanisms, and they are less resilient when a successful attack occurs. Their chances of withstanding such attacks is lower than the large enterprises. Security automation for the mid-market is crucial. In Cyberm8, we understand that a new approach for security automation is required. Come meet us at the exhibition at the Startup Pavilion. We'll be happy to get your insight and answer your questions. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of the conference.